Y'all, today on the Hat Creek Homestead, we're going to be doing something a little bit different. Our garden really is just kind of at that point where we have to just sit and wait and watch for things to grow. It is producing, it's just starting to come on though. And it's just so hot outside, there's really not a whole lot that we can do. And so we were gifted several of these whipping creams. And I really only use whipping cream around Thanksgiving when I make pumpkin pies. So today we're going to take the whipping cream, I'm going to put it in my stand mixer, and we're going to make homemade butter. You'll see it's very, very thick. So let's take that. I'm just going to try to pour it in here. See if I can get it. And for those of you that don't know, when you milk a cow or a goat, after you milk the cow or the goat, at the very top, there will be like a skin on the top, and that's the cream. That skin on the top is the cream. And you can whip this into whipping cream, and so this will turn into whipping cream if it was the raw cream. You whip it into the whipping cream first, and then after it becomes a whipping cream, you can whip it into butter. And this is already a whipped cream. But if it was to be raw goat's milk or raw cow's milk, you would dip the cream off the top and then you whip it to this point. And we're just going to set this, and we're just going to let it do its thing for quite some time, and you'll be able to tell when it starts to become butter. It'll start getting thick and chunky, and so just watch it whip for a little bit. You'll see after a bit there'll be little curds start to form. My kitchen, we just got done making supper and eating, and we haven't got it all cleaned all the way back up yet. You can see it's frothing up. I'm not going to make you watch the entire boring process. When it starts to curd, then I will bring it. We've been whipping for a little bit now, and as you can start to see, it's starting to look a little bit like soft butter. It doesn't take very long. I have this mixer up on 4 right now. You can see it's starting. Now, when I was little, we had a butter churn, and we would do it by hand, just like you see in the movies. We pull the handle up and down, and it would take a very long time, or we would put it in a mason jar and we would shake it with a lid on it. And that's how we made our butter after we'd milk our cow or goats. My uncle had a dairy farm for quite some time, and it was our next door farm, and so as you can see, it's starting to spin the way out. See how it's curled up in that? You can see how the butter has curled up into the butter is curled up into this, and then there's some butter down here, but the whey is down there. So let's get this scooped out. What we're going to do is I'm going to take this off and I'm going to poke the butter out. With a spatula. Best I can. I'm going to have to get in there with my fingers. And then this, what's in here, what would be called the whey. I'm going to whip this a little bit longer and see if I can get some of that to turn into butter, or if it's going to be true whey. I'm not sure, since this is store-bought cream, how that's going to work. But this is just this is what we were gifted. We got about 10 of these, and so I really don't have any use for them. You can't freeze them, or I didn't think you could freeze them, so we're just going to make butter out of them, because you can freeze butter. So I whipped this for several minutes and it's just not doing anything, so I'm just going to pour this whey down the sink. Maybe there's some uses for it out there. If you know a use for it out there, let me know. I'm just going to rinse out my bowl before I pour my other in there to make sure all the whey is out. You'll have to excuse my huge pile of dirty dishes. Like I said, we just got done eating. Open up this other thing of cream, and as you can see, there's kind of like a I'm just gonna squirt it everywhere, didn't I? Yeah, I shot the cameraman, or woman in this case. So we're just gonna empty that out in there. And we're gonna put our mixer attachment back on. She got me. And we're gonna lock it, and then we're just going to I'm gonna set it to like 2 to start out with, and we're gonna let that whip for a little while, and then when it starts to peak, I will turn it up and let it turn into butter. When it starts to turn into butter, it'll start to turn yellow. And you can see in there, see, you can see some of the yellow coming out. See the yellow's butter. I'm sorry, it's probably kind of loud this close to my stand mixer, but see how quick that turned into butter? See, now it's soft butter. You just let it keep mixing like that. I normally turn mine up to 6 and let it spin quick. As you can see over here on the side, some of it's white, and that in the middle, that's yellow, that's butter. So there it is. You can see it's starting to get sloppy. Can you hear that? I'm going to normally back it off a little bit. When it starts sloshing, you can turn it off. When it starts to slosh like that, all the butter is made into butter, and all that's left at the bottom is the whey. And the bottom of your butter may be a little, and there may be some butter down in here. It looks like that there is a couple of clumps. And we'll pull those out and we'll squeeze the whey out. And then I will take this butter, once I get it into my bowl, and I will put it in like a cheesecloth or a paper towel, and I'll squeeze the whey out. And then I'm just going to throw this whey away. Alright, so we're going to take this butter out of this whisk. I'm sure there's probably a fancy tool for this or a better way to do it, but I washed my hands, so we're just going to use them. So we got it all out, and I'm going to lay this over to the side. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to dump the other butter that we got from the first round into this bowl. Move your paper towel, and then what we're going to do is I'm going to put this paper towel down and dump it out of here. And I'm just going to take another paper towel and we're just going to press it. I'm just going to press it, and you can see all that whey coming out. Now, most of the time you would use a cheesecloth to do this. That's one of the original intended purposes of cheesecloths, is to strain and to help drain off whey. But you don't have cheesecloth, you can just use a paper towel. And I like a paper towel because I can throw it away. You don't have to wash it, which that's not great for sustainability, but I just press the whey out. And you can tell when you've got it all. When you've got enough of it, and then you can form it in whatever shape you want. I'm just going to wipe out what little whey is in this bowl, and we're just going to put it back in this bowl, and then we'll put it in the fridge. And so this is unsalted, so there you go, homemade butter. It's a lot healthy for you. More healthy for you than margarine. I don't know if a lot of people know this or not, but there is a difference between butter and margarine. Margarine was originally created to fatten up turkeys in turkey farms, and when it found out that it was clogging the arteries of the turkeys and killing them, the companies that were using this decided to market it as an alternative to butter to humans. And so if the original purpose was to fatten up a turkey or a chicken and it was killing it, imagine what it's doing to your arteries and veins. And so we don't use margarine in our house. Some people do, and if you do, that's okay for you. But Google it and research it if you don't believe me. But I'm not sure of all the facts about it, but that's what I was told, and the person that told me that, I believe them. But so now we have some homemade, semi-homemade butter. It came from store-bought cream, but if you have a cow or a goat, you can skim that cream off the top and you can whip it into butter. And you can't ever have too much butter, right? We live in the South. When you're cooking in the South, you can never have too much butter or gravy. And this is our end result. I've kind of divided it into sticks, crude sticks here, and then this one here, but unsalted homemade butter. You could also add some garlic to this and make garlic butter for any Italian dishes that you would like garlic butter with.
The possibilities are endless, really. I really hope you enjoyed watching us make better today. Please subscribe if you haven't. Hit the like button, hit the notification bell, and share this video. And as always, have a blessed day from the Hat Creek Homestead.